Good day, guys. We need to do the injector assembly. So this is a question paper that we are about to do. This is for University of South Africa. Its module code is AMO 1601. So this is Bless Academy Tutorials and welcome. So we are instructed to only use the Autodesk Inventor Professional. So we can go back as from 2016 until the latest version, which is 2027. Everything is in millimeters. They expect us to do the assembly, all the parts. We need to assemble them. We need to do the engineering drawing, which is referred to IDW, and we also need to convert to PDF. So these are the parts that are expected of us. We've got that valve stem, we've got that hand wheel, we've got the gland nut, we've got the nut, we've got the nozzle, the two nozzles, large and small. We've got the upper valve body and we've got the lower valve body. The other things, we've got the gasket, we've got washer, and just like that. So on my site, I am using 2025. I am using 2025. So just for starting, we'll open the new standard IPT in millimeters. And this is where we start. We'll go on the sketch. We'll take on a line. I prefer that YZ plane. Draw a line. Dimension it. We are drawing the valve stem. Dimension it 165. And select it. Before we can select it, let's just ensure that it's at the center. And then let's select it and make it a center line, or alternatively, you can make it a construction. Take on a line. This is something that I see like this, and we've got that part till to that point. Got that. We've got that. So this is something that I see. Just zoom it so that I see what exactly we are doing. Right, this is what we have. And now we can just deal with the dimensions. Just want to remove that. Then the dimensions that we have, we've got 5. That is 5. And we've got 8. And the other part, we've got from there to there, we've got 10. And we just need to make sure that this is straight, so we can go for parallel. We want that to be parallel to each other. Doesn't allow me. Let me rather delete it and redraw. Can just redraw just like that. And I can remove that part, and this is 10. We are happy like that. This one, it's 8. This side, it should be 8 as well. Let's accept it. And from there to this corner, it's 8. From this corner to the end part, it's 20. It's 20, just like this. Let's delete that dimension. Let's trim that one. Take the dimension again, so that it's 10, something like this. And we continue this side. We've got the angle of 30, this angle here. So we will reference it to the vertical line, which will be 30, just like this. Just like that. Because of that 90 and the dimension, this is 12, it's 22, sorry. It's 22, and we've got that distance there given by 4. And we've got that distance there given by 5.7. Just like that. This is 8, we are covered. We have the angle. Doesn't want us to do anything. Let's just select that line. Let's select this line. It doesn't allow us, so the best way is to remove it. Draw a new line like that. Dimension it. 120, we are covered because it's 30. So it's 90 plus 30. So we are fine. We do the same here. It should be 120. And this line there, we will redraw it. And then we'll just trim whatever we do not want. Back to dimension. This is 12. That is 12, followed by 8 this side, accept. And this one, 6. The distance there, it's 1. The dimension there is going to be 5. From there until that part, the distance there, so it's going to be 11 plus 1, which will be 12. And from there to that, let me see until where. Okay, what done? From the end until that part, it's 63. And from here to here, it's 22. So I believe we've got everything that we wanted. We've got everything that we wanted in that one. And next is to revolve. Is to revolve like that, just like this. Let's do the threads there. We'll go on origin. That's the plane that I want. Let me try to cut it so that I see what I will be doing. I'll draw something like that. Take on a line like this and another line. Take on a line like that and select this line, make it a center line. Select this line, make it a center line. And about the dimensions, so here it's up to us. So I choose this to make it, let's say 3.5, it's fine. Or rather, let me make it 2. So it's something that I will remember. It's something that I will remember. And from there to there, let me make it 2 as well. I will cut it lower if needs be. And from that distance there, let me make it 2.5. Let me get that like this, and I can extend that to make it 3. Let me try 4. I just want it just a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower. So let me keep it that, and that distance there, let me make it 1. Okay, not like this, or rather make that. Okay, let me delete that. That center line, let me delete it. Let me make the distance. Let me make it 1. Okay, it's not doing what I want. It's not doing what I want. Let me erase those dimensions. Let me erase those dimensions. I can actually take another one. Just the same one. I can delete the old one. So it's just to make things easier than trying something that I'm not winning. Just like this, and take on a line, drop it there. Put back the dimension from there to the center line. I want it like this. That dimension, we can do 3.2 square like that. We can do 1.5. Just like this, we can select that and make it a center line. And the next part, we go to 3D, we go on a coil command. We go on a coil command. Before we can do that, one more dimension. From there to there, let's make it 1. Let's make it 1. We need this line to be vertical. We need to be vertical constraint or whatever done. Okay. It's fine. We can just redraw it. But let me try to make that 0.7 so that it's a bit closer. So that it's a bit closer. Have that. Just to make sure that it looks a bit fine. So I will select a line. I'll select a line. Let me make that angle maybe 34. Let me make that angle 34. So the distance from there to there, it should be 3.2, 1.6, something like this. And the distance from there to there is giving us 2.5, and it's a bit longer. So we better do this, and we can trim all. It's moving. Why is it moving? I don't want it to move. And we can just trim still. So let's hold it by a dimension. Let's hold it by a dimension, and now we can trim freely. I'll just delete it, select, and delete, just like this. Put back those dimensions, you need them. Yeah, I believe now we have it. 3D coil. We forgot to make this a center line. Right, and then we can now coil. So if we coil that, we go to there, we select axis. The profile, it has been selected. Now we go on the axis. This is the axis that we need. Pitch and height, it's fine. 3.5, it's fine. The distance is 22, and then okay. So this is what we now have. The last part is to create a sketch there. Take on your square. Have something like this. Dimension 8. It's 6 by 6. From the center, let's make it 3. From the center, let's make it 3. And we can now, even if we don't have to project the geometry, it's fine. No, it's not a 6, but the 8. So it's that 8. Go to 3D, extrude. We extrude that, we extrude that, we extrude that, we extrude that. Let's view it like this. We're extruding it by 11. And we are cutting to the opposite direction. So this is what we need. We select that 3D, we put on our threads, and this is it. I think we are done with that sketch. We are done with that sketch. I believe in making the material types after I draw everything. Next one, let's do the hand wheel. Go on a sketch, take on a line, YZ plane. We'll take on that with dimension 8, 12, making sure it's at the center. That's very important, making sure everything is at the center. Select it, make it a center line or a construction. Take on a line. You can draw it from the bottom, it's up to you. So this is something that we need. Let's make these lines parallel like that. Take on your dimension. We are told that distance is 4. So from the center to that line, it needs to be 2 so that it stays right at the center. It stays right at the center. And then we've got this distance is 6, perfect. And the other side, let me just see what are we doing it wrong. Okay, the other side from here to there, it's not 6 but 5. So we'll have that line and we'll have that line. So from there to that part is going to be 5. Same this side, it's going to be 5. So we'll make it 10. And we can trim that part. We're actually trimming whatever we do not want. And this is what we have, I believe. And the diameters, the bigger one, 50. The bigger diameter, 50, followed by 36. I want that distance to be 0. What's happening? What's happening? Okay. Okay, let me delete that. Or rather, let me start with this one. So I'll go on dimension. That one, I'll dimension it 20, like this. And lastly, this one as doesn't allow me something is wrong. Okay, let me delete that. The best way can always draw that line, can always do the same. This side, draw that line. Let's dimension from there to that center is 36. Same this side, I believe. It's 36. Let's trim whatever we do not need. And there's a small line there, and this is what we now have. The dimension there, just to confirm it's 4. Just to confirm there, it's at the center, just like that. And the next part, it's our fillet of 0.5. We better do it now. Right. And we go on a revolve, or revolve like that. Lastly, we do on the shape. Gonna create a sketch there. We've got a hole, which is a square hole. 6. Just to make sure it's at the center. just like this. And we then cut a hole. We are cutting it through like this. And the next part, if you can check one side, we do not want that part. So we'll go on origin. We need that plane, create a sketch, take on a line. 3D model. Just want to remove the entire part. And this is it. This is our drawing. And the next part, let's draw on the nozzles. Sketch line. Take that. We can draw it like this, dimension it. Let's start with the large nozzles. The large nozzles is 48. Making sure everything is at the center, like this. Select that line, center line. Take on a line. So this is what I have. Dimension. Before dimension, let me trim the part. And now dimension. I'll start with 12. And this one, I'll go 10. And this one, there, the dimension, it's okay, not given. Let me leave it for now. And this one, the dimension there, it's, let me see, 24. And we've got this one. Make sure you select the line. The dimension there is 36. And we've got that distance of 5. We've got that distance from there to there of 38. Something like that. And now that this one is not given, and this one needs to be a bit parallel, so we'll make, okay, it doesn't allow us to make it parallel. We'll rather delete that, move a line, something like that, and we can make these two lines parallel. And we can delete that, we can edit that and make it, it's up to us now. Let's make it 16 and see how it looks like. So something like that, something like that. And then we can now revolve, So this is done. We'll go on the next one. Let's now make the small one. Let's now make the small one. We dimension it, 39. Making sure it's at the center. Select that center line. Take on the line. Let's draw what we see. We forgot something on the larger one. We'll go back to it after this. This is what we see. So this is what we see. Take on a line. Right, this is what we see. Take on the dimension from there to there. That bigger dimension, it should be, let me see. That bigger dimension, are we given? We are not given. So let's delete it. The dimension that we are given is this one, which is 10. And we are also given that angle. So we'll have to be 120 because of that 60. What's happening? What's happening? Okay, let me ignore that angle for now. Another dimension, which is that one, is given as 3. It's given as 3, and another dimension, this one, it's 15. Another dimension, the bigger one there doesn't allow me. It doesn't allow me to put it. However, I will find a way, I will do it. Another dimension, this one is 20. We've got that distance by 4. Let me check now if I can put that dimension back. It's 30, and I do not want that dimension to be 30. So the best way, take on a line, draw a line like this. Now dimension it, 26. Like this, and we can trim whatever we do not want. So put the 4 back. Just for it to be there is very important. And then the next part, we've got the distance from this line until that point. It's 8. And we've got the distance from this line to that point is 3. And we've got another distance of 16 from here to here. Got that distance of 16. And another part, the dimension from there to that one, we should keep it on 20 so that it goes and touch. No, it can't be 20, it can't be 20, it can't be 20. Sorry about that. It can only be 15. Can only be 15, and then we take on a line to join that line. Can trim We can trim that part and delete that one. So that little part there, I'm not sure, but let's make it a bit slant like that. You can even choose to make it vertical. I don't think you'll lose marks for that. Let's go back to the angle. Let's go back to the angle. So that angle is 120, just like that. So everything now, I believe it's there, and we can trim what we do not want. We can trim what we do not want and revolve. And okay. So going back to this one, revolve, go to sketch, right click, edit your sketch. The distance that we have forgotten, it's from there until there. That distance is 80. Just like this. I think that was the only part, and finish is done. Adjusted just like that. And the next part of this is the nut. So that type of nut, we can't get it from the design center. That type of a nut, we cannot get it from the design center. We need to draw it because it has a cut inside. If you can notice, there's a cut inside. So we'll take on the sketch, draw on your circle of 32, just like this. Take on under the rectangle, there's a polygon. You need 6 sides and take it like that. Touch right there. And the next part, click on the circle and you delete it. And now we need to dimension that part. No, sorry about that. The dimension that we need is that part to be 32, like this. That part to be 32, just like that. And we've gone 3D, we extrude it, and let's extrude it by 20. Extrude it by 20, just like that. The next part, go on origin. We need a plane. We need that plane, it's fine. Create your sketch. Take on a line. Just like that. We want to cut. We want to cut that point. So from that center until what can we do? Okay, it doesn't matter. The dimension, it's this line and this line. We need 30. We need 30. Just like this. And let us have a center line like that. Select that line, make it a center line or a construction line. And we go on 3D, we go on extrude. Let me see, is it an extrude? No, sorry, it's not an extrude, it's a revolve. It's a revolve like that, but now we are cutting. We are now cutting. Let me see. this is, it's not as expected because of those little corners. So we can always go back. I just want to see why it did not. Let me see this. Okay, okay. We actually did it on the wrong plane. Forgive me for that. So this is the plane that we need. Let me see. This is the plane that we need. This is the plane that we need. So we can actually take on like that, take on dimensions. So this is 30. That is 30. And take on a line. We shouldn't forget the construction line. This is the main part. Can make it like that. 3D revolve. Just selected itself and we are now cutting. This is what we want. This is what we want. We can actually do the same at the bottom, or rather you can also use a mirror. You can actually use a mirror. So is this extrusion? Can use a mirror. Let's see if it's this side. If it's this side, let me say, okay, no, 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 no. So is that revolving? We go on a mirror, select the features. And let me see it this side. Let me accept. No, no, no. Okay. So the best way is just to take on that another plane right there. Just take on a line like that. Take on another vertical line like that. Select that line, center. Take on the dimension, that angle, 30. Just like this. Revolve. We have selected that and we are cutting. So this is what we have. This is what we have. And we've got that little shape inside. Got that little shape inside. Let's take on the plane. This is the plane. This is the plane. And let's cut it so that we see what we will be doing. Take on a line. Your center line is very much important. You need it. Take on a line. And I believe it's something like that. It's something like that. And then we can just now deal with the dimensions. Can just now deal with the dimensions. So from there to there, that distance, it's 4. Zipping, zipping, okay. If it's 4 from the bottom until that one is 15. So that it comes back a little bit. And that distance is 28. And this one should be 0. Not seeing it right now. Okay, I'll get it. I'll get it. And the other part, 20. Okay, let me just confirm if this is 20. We are fine. Um, so this is M24. Just want to confirm these dimensions. Just want to confirm these dimensions so that I see it right. Just checking on the book. I'm just checking on the book. Okay. I see I've got this until that, which is 10. I believe it will make a bit of a sense now. We have done that 15 from here to here. It's 22. No, 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 no. It's 24. It's 24. We've got something like this. Not so convincing about this space right there. That space right there. Unless if, yeah, because I see even at the bottom, this side is not equal as that side. So we did the top part a wrong angle. We will get to it. So here, clearly we are right. We'll get to the top part and fix whatever needs to be fixed. So this is what we have, and this will be our hole right there inside. So let's just join till that part, join till that part. And let me see, and we go on 3D, we go on revolving, we are revolving that part, and of course we are cutting, and okay. And to edit on that part there, it was the first revolve. Go on it or edit that sketch. Edit that sketch. Let's delete that angle. Dimension again. So this is the angle that I guess needs, no, 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 no. It can't be, it can't be. So we've done that angle. To be 30. But then let me see if I can change that distance. I can actually change it. But to how much? Let me say 2 and see. Okay, the distance, it's 2. So I'll have to make it 2 on the other side as well. And let's finish. Okay, and then let me go on this one, edit the sketch. So I will also make this distance 2 and finish. Right. So this is it. This is it like that. And we can entertain the threads. It's M24, which is good. Can entertain the threads. And here as well, let's entertain the threads. It's going to be M10, which is good, like that. And we now go on the next one. We now go on the next part. For the next part, it will be making, what do we miss? Let me see, checking the question paper, if maybe we are missing anything. If maybe we are missing anything. Just a moment. Right. So we've got the nut. Yes, we've got the nut. So we'll take on that. So that nut, if you can see it, take on that line, dimension it, dimension it. I'm gonna dimension it 10, making sure it's at the center, like that. Select it, center line, and take on a line. Got this, got something like that. So we've got something like this. Let's deal with the dimension from there to there. That's 10. From that one, it's 4. And that angle, it's 45. Because of that 90 that's given there, the inner diameter is 10. The outer diameter, it's 18. Just like that. We didn't leave anything. We didn't leave anything. Let me just see. Okay. We've got this diameter, 16. Given as 16, and we can now revolve. This is it. Put on your threads, and that's it. Now we go on the valve body. Let's do the upper. The valve body, let's do the upper part. We take on the line. I will take on that plane, draw on the line, dimension it. So as the total height, it will be the total height of my drawing, which will be, let's see, 74. 74, making sure that everything is at the center. Select it, make it center line on construction, and take on a line, start from the bottom. So this is what I see. Right, and what else? Okay, so it's 10 somewhere there, and it goes up. this. Just want to see something. Okay, and I'll come and fix whatever needs to be fixed. Another part. I think I should just complete it right there. Complete it right there as well. And delete whatever is inside. I'll just use a revolving function when everything is solid. I think we're gonna win just like that. There's two lines there. I need to remove one line. Sharp. Deal with dimensions. Let's now deal with dimensions. From there to there, it's 18. And another part of this dimension. Just want to see it right. So this one, 6. That dimension there is 6. And we've got, let's see. We've got this to be 24. That's M24. And we've got the bigger one to be 36. Got that to be 36. And what else do we have? Okay, that's 50. We can just leave it like that because we've did dimension the whole length with dimension that, with dimension that. So automatically it will be 50. Even if we want to put it, it will just say we need to accept it because it's something that we cannot change. And the other part, just somewhere here, we've got something going on. I can zoom it. Got something going on like that. Just switch off this. So for that, uh, along. And the other dimension, this it's 4. It's 4, and it goes in by, let's see, by 2. So this distance here is 2, and we can trim that part. Can trim that part. And what else? The bigger one. This one here, we will then refer to the bigger, the revolving part, 60. Let's do it on the 60. And we can revolve this. Let's revolve this like that. Let's create a shape right there. Rather, we create it at the bottom so that everything can be easy. Take on that. We have that. We have that. We've got that. Dimension it. It's 20. Let's make them equal. Just like this. And what else do we have? We've got a bigger cycle. We've got a bigger cycle of the dimension 65. Got a bigger cycle of dimension 65, and let us trim what we do not want, including those parts there. Just like this. And we can extruding that part, the entire part there, that part, that part. Did I cover this one? And we are taking it up by 6. We are not cutting, but we are joining like this. So this is what we have. Let's do yet another sketch there. Take on that circle, that circle, that circle, that circle. Alternatively, if you don't want to do those circles, remember we just need to deal with the hole there. You can go to a center point. Click it like that. Click it like that. Click. And you click. We've got that. We go to 3D. We go to a hole. So it will auto-select everything that we need. So that hole is 13. We choose this, the counter bore, and then no seating. It should be flat. And we need to do the distance. So the main diameter is 13. It goes deep by, okay, it goes deep by 6. And the other one at the bottom, it's 7. And we say, okay. So everything should right be in that part. It should right be in that part. And the next thing, we need origin. We need a plane. I think this is, okay, let me take, I believe, let me use this plane because this is the front. I want my pipe to overlap to that side. So let me use it like that. Take on the circle like this. Deal with the dimensions. So the dimension from the bottom, it's 28. It's 28. The dimension of that pipe, it's let's see, 32. Unless if I'm seeing it wrong, but yeah, I see 32. I see 32. What else? I believe this is all that I need. And 3D, that pipe, opposite direction. And I'm joining. I want to extrude it from the center, 45. 45, just like this. Just like that. And still on the plane. Now let me choose this plane here. Do it a sketch. Take on a line. We have a web. We have got a web. Okay. Before I can do that, what's this? Okay. Before I can do that, let me just deal with that pipe and complete it so that I know where my web is supposed to touch. Take on a cycle. So that shape, the diameter, bigger one, it's 40. You've got 20 on this side. You've got 20 on this side. And let's deal with the distances. You've got 26 because of that 52. Because of that 52, let's draw a tangent line. Let's draw tangents. Like that, and let's tangent that. We tangent that just to ensure that everything is at the center. This is at the center. See this one, it's right at the center, so we are happy. Let's trim. Whatever we do not need. Right. And we go on extrude. We are extruding the entire part. And this one to the opposite direction. We are joining, and it goes there by 10. Goes there by 10, like that. And now we can go back to our web. We can go back to our web. So our web is from right there on top until that point. The dimension from there to that point is 1.5, like that. And we can continue with our web like that. And we can do the 3D and extrude. Let's see, it can allow us to select it, meaning there are some incomplete lines. Like this. And let's take it. Can take it like that. and join it there. Let's see now if it will allow us. There it is. I want us to view it this way. So our web, the thickness of it, it's 6, but we don't want it one direction. We want it both directions like this. So it needs to be something like that. It needs to be something like that. Right, and then this side we've got 2 centers or circles. Dimensioning, it's 7 each. And 3D, we're going to extrude this. We're going to extrude this, and we are cutting 6, it's enough. And this is what we need. No, no, not 6, not 6. It should be by 10. Sorry about that. It should be by 10. It should be by 10. So is this and is this. Let me see. Okay, because my mouse can be by 10, and we are, yes, cutting, and yes, exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Right. And let's do the shape inside. There is a shape inside. There is a shape inside. So we need that plane. This is the correct plane. We do that. Cut it through. So we need to deal with that shape inside there. We need to deal with that shape inside there. Before we can deal with it, we know center line. It's very much important. Center line is very much important. Doesn't matter how long is it, but as long as it has covered your drawing, I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way. There's that line. I don't need that line. I'll go back and fix it. That smaller line there, I do not need it. It's because of that web. We will go back and fix it. Take on a line. So this is what we have. Right, let's project geometry and see project the geometry. I just need all those lines. So projecting geometry, you don't want to redraw every line. You want the lines just to appear there. You don't want to redraw everything, including that, yeah. Right, so this is what I have. I can trim that little part there because I did project the geometry part. Let's do the dimensions. So this one to there, it's 38. It's 38. This one to there, it's 3. Um, Okay, there's another shape there, if you can notice. Something like that. Yeah, so those dimensions, I believe I need to trim right there. Continue with my dimensions. So this distance, it's 4. Let me see. No, it can't be. It can't be 4. Just want to confirm if this, it can't be. Okay, let me try to find, okay, let me keep it at 1 for now. I can always edit if there's something that needs to be edited. And that dimension is 24. We need to make sure that our center line is at 0 with that. And what else? Okay, this dimension here is 26. So this is what we need. I will trim that part, continue with my dimensions. And from the bottom to that point, it's 42. And this one there, it's 9. We've got 16 on this one. We have this angle. Let me zoom it at 60. Got that angle of 60. And what else are we leaving behind? Got the distance there to be 15. Let's see. I believe we have everything that we need. So this one, yes, it's 1 because we've got 4 there and then we are given a distance of 3 that side. So it should be 1. It should be 1. And yeah, I believe we now have everything. I believe we now have everything right there. And we do have the center line. Now we can revolve. We are revolving, that's the center line. Okay, something is not closed. Something is not closed. I can see. Need to close there. We need to close there. Let's see this side. That is closed. We need to close there. This side is closed. Let me try now. Revolve. Select this. Select the profile. Let me see if I select the axis. This is the axis that we want. Something doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. Let me take on the line. Start there and there. Take it on again. On again. So I'm just doing over now. Just doing everything over like that. I'm not sure if I need to join that. Let me try to join it. I hope it won't affect with anything. Yes. Did it select everything like that? And then select the axis. This is the axis. And we are moving. Let me do it 180 for now so that we can see what we have removed. Okay, so I can do it 360. I can do it 360 and the axis, that's the axis. We're doing it 360, just like this. And one thing that I've said about that web, let me see, here it is. Let's edit the sketch. Let's edit the sketch. Let's trim that. Yeah, and let's say 3D. Okay, it doesn't want us to extrude. And this is it. This is it. We've got a pipe again here. We need a plane. This is the plane that we need. Create a sketch. Let's cut it like this. So this is that hole, if you remember. And now we need a center line. Center line is very important, guys. Center line is very important. We dimension that center line. So it's 28 from, from the base there until the center line is 28. Construction line. And now we just have that 22. So we can draw it. Until somewhere there. So the diameter is 22. Let's try to revolve. We need to complete it just like the previous time. So about that. Let's see if it will. Select the profile. Yes, we are cutting. And this is it. This is it, just like that. One more thing, the shape here, the threads there. We go on that plane. We can cut so that we see what we are doing. Take on the line. Can choose to start it somewhere there. Something like that. Let me draw another line like that. Select that line, can make it a construction, 3D coil. That's the profile, select axis. This is the axis. Let me see if it's doing what I want. I have selected the axis and the distance there of 15. That's my height and the pitch. Let me see if it does. Okay, it doesn't allow. It doesn't allow it. Doesn't allow it. I just want to make sure I draw it correctly. So, unless if my center line was not drawn upright, let me try to draw it this way. Select and center line. Coil, that's the profile. Select axis. This is the axis. Needs to go to, let me see, by 15. And we are cutting. I need to see if I can change the direction. Unless, let me delete that. Let me take that. Let me have it there. Let me take that construction line. Let me have it there and let me try and coil it right there. But it's going at the bottom. It's going at the bottom. Just want to see. Just want to see this. Because when I draw it, this side, just bear with me. Select that center line. 3D, select the profile. Here it is. It's going on the opposite direction. And this is not what I want. Oh, okay. I think I see what the problem is. So here, if you can check, there is a chamfer. There's a chamfer. Let's do that chamfer of 2. It's a default one because we are actually not given there. We are not given. And we can just apply threads. We can just apply threads. It says to us we need to select the surface. Here is the surface, and we do the isometric profile. This is the one, and everything is just there. So yes, this is what we need. Just to see what else. Just to see what else we might need. Let's leave it there. So if there's anything that will be needed, we will come and do the edits. We'll come and do the edits. So let's also do the lower. Let's do the lower valve body. We're gonna sketch, take on that plane. We'll take on that line, we'll dimension it. The total height is 118. It's 118, just to ensure that everything centered. Select that center line, take on the line. And now we just need to draw whatever we can see. Got this. This is what I see. Take on the dimensions. This is 6. This is 6. This will be, this is the outer one, 36. And this one, the bigger one, 60. Same as this side, it will be 60. So we have something like that. We're having something like this. And now, what else can we draw here? Let me see. Can actually draw the inside of the valve. Can actually draw that inside. So it's something like this. Something like this, and dealing with the dimensions. That dimension there inside is 26. And then we have this one here, which is 20. And what else do we see? We've got this one here, which is 28. Got this one here of 30. We've got this one here of 36. And we've got that distance there of 2. Just like this. This is 6, not 7. Did a mistake there. And What else do we have? Let me see. Just here, we've got a chamfer. We have a chamfer. Let's see if we do the chamfer of 2. 2 is too much. Let me do the chamfer of 1. Like this. Where else do we have a chamfer? We've got a chamfer there. Can do of 1. I believe we can leave it like that for now. And let's deal with the heights. Let's deal with the heights. So dimension, I've got a distance from the bottom until this part, which is 70. And another one, 39. Am I seeing it right? Let me see. Am I seeing it right? From here until this part, 39. I believe I saw the right thing. And yes, so from here, let me see here. Don't I need a chamfer? No, I don't need a chamfer there. From here, let me extrude. Run down. Let me cancel. Let me I need the access. Okay, I didn't. There are some things that needs to be deleted. Sorry about that. Trim this part and that part. And we can now revolve nicely so, like that. Perfect. And the other thing, we've got a drawing to do right at the bottom. Let's focus here at the bottom. At the bottom view, let me just say something. So the dimensions here, I might have missed a little bit, but nothing to worry about. Let me just finish the sketch and complete that sketch, that dimension. So here on this one, the bottom one, it's not 60, but it's 65. It's 65 at the bottom and 6 is there and finish. Right. And we can now continue with our sketch right there. We have our sketch. Let me complete it. So our sketch should come. Let's use that plane to do our sketch. Let's cut it so that we see what we are doing. So we will have a PCD there of 52. We'll have a PCD of 52. We'll have that. Got this, and we've got that. And equals sign, we need this, and that. Right, let's dimension this cycle. It's, let's see that cycle. And those smaller cycles. Those smaller cycles, what are the dimensions right there? Okay, I don't see any dimension. So I will go and refer to rather the top, the upper valve body. You see those holes that we did? I will go and refer to those holes. I will go and refer to those holes. So for now, I would rather remove the circles and just do the center mark. I need a mark there. I need a mark there, and a mark there. And let me delete that circle and let me go in for a hole. Those holes, but they look a bit bigger. And even on the drawing itself, if you can check the isometric drawing, it looks a bit overlapping. So let me just stick to them and have something like that. And let me do a chamfer. I'll do a chamfer of 1. Also that side, also that side. Okay. Okay, it won't allow me to do the chamfer. The only way I can do the chamfer is going to that revolve, edit the sketch, go right there, go to the chamfer. Let's do the chamfer of 1 like that, and we close. So this is what we need. This is what we need. Another one, sketch there, right there on top. Sketch right there on top. Take on your circle, get the center. So we have done that one of 60. Now we need that circle of 65. We need the one of 65. Continue, take on the circles. So within the circle of 60, let's just dimension it. This is the one. So let's take on the circle. We'll have that. We'll have that. Got that. And we've got that. Equal sign. I need this circle to be equal to that one. What have I done? I'm selecting the wrong stuff now. Right. Equal sign. That circle to be equal to that, to be equal to that, and to be equal to that. And let's dimension one circle. It's 20. It's 20. And we can now trim whatever we do not want. This side, trim there. Side, we trim there. And 3D model. We are now extruding. What are we extruding? We're extruding that part. Before guys, before that, let's not destroy our cycles there. So let's go on the sketch. Let's not destroy those cycles, those holes rather. So we'll put that back. We'll put it back. Just like that. And we can do an extrude now. So we need that. But we are changing the direction. We are not cutting, we're joining by 6. We are joining it by 6. And then sketch. We now have holes. Right. Equal sign. I need that to be equal to that, to be equal to that, and to be equal to that. And dimension, just one of it. So the dimension there, it's how much is that dimension? We will still refer to the previous one, which I believe it's 4. Let me confirm that. Those smaller ones, I don't see it. Seven. Okay, it's 7. 7. So I'll keep it like that. Extrude. We are going for that. 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 And yes, we are cutting until that part. And why does it want me to edit the sketch? I don't want to edit anything. It's just a simple extrusion or simple cut. Cut to the opposite direction and okay. Let's see if it did cut through. And yes, it did. So this is what we have for now. This is what we have for now. And then let's check on the front view. So there's another pipe this side. We need a plane. Origin, go on this one. Edit, sketch. Edit, sketch. And let's cut it. Take on a line. Remember that line, it's very important, guys. That line is very much important. Take on the dimension. We've got the distance of 90 from the bottom until that one, it's 90. And this line needs to be a center line. Back to the dimensions, the inner diameter, or rather, let's start with the outer diameter. Let's start with the outer diameter. It's going to be 32. And the inner one, it's going to be 22. And the length from the bottom until that part, or from the center until that part, it's 45. And this we need to make sure that it's at the center by 1. So this is what we now have. This is what we have. And the next part, just afraid it might close in there. Let me try to trim it. Let me try to trim it like that. And I'm not sure if it will select the profile. Okay, it doesn't select the profile because I thought as much that I didn't join right there. So let me take on the line. Can always add that. Can always trim that. Revolve the profile. Selected, the center line selected, and let's see what we have. But if you can notice here, if you can notice there, we having something, some funny shape. So let's look on the plane, take on that plane, edit a sketch, and let's do something like this. So the sketch that we will need, we'll redo this one. Let's take it right there. Take on a line again. So it's just to redo it. I need that line. I need the line to continue the bottom, that little part right at the bottom, and it comes and join in there. So I can trim that one off, and this one center line. Let's see if I can revolve that part. It allows me to revolve, and I'm cutting. And this is what I now have. So exactly like this. So I want that hole to appear. Okay, now it didn't appear, it closed. Okay. So now if it closed, it's simple. Can just create a sketch there. In fact, we're not editing. We're not editing, rather we are creating. Get in a hole. The same 22 3D, and this is it. And yes, we are cutting until really this plane, and this is it. Let me see. It didn't cut enough. Didn't cut everything off. So we'll just edit our extrude. We'll just edit that extrude until let's say that portion. Something like that. Something like that. But then we still worried about that little part there. Still worried about that little part. Let's deal with that plane. Let's deal with that plane. And then if you can just see it. But which part is this? Which part is this? Let me just complete there. Let me search for another one. Let me try this one. Let's try to cut it. So this is the part. This is the part that we need to deal with. I need a line there. And can conclude this. Okay, this side, even if we can just come here, there's already a hole there. And we now do a center line. We now do a center line. Let's try to revolve and see if it will. allow us. So is that entire part. Select axis, it's selected. Yes, we are cutting. Let's see now. Perfect. So this is what we wanted. And to edit this part, to edit that part, so it's 40. We've got 20. And this side we've got 20. And we take on the line, drop it there, take on another line, you drop it there. So you will need about 4 lines like that. Change it, gonna change it there, gonna change it there, change it every side. Right, dimensions, we need that to be at 0, same on this one. So it's 0, we don't have anything. And the distance between the two, it should be 26. Now it has shifted, so we need it at 0. So it's good that it has shifted so that we can force it by a dimension. And the distance is 52. We take a command of trimming. We take a command on the trim to just remove whatever we do not need. I believe I've removed everything and we can now extrude. But before we extrude, take on a cycle so that your hole stays there. Your hole stays there. So we can now extrude. So this is the part. Let's put it like this. Yes, the direction is correct and the thickness of it is 10, which is correct. And we can just say, okay. Right, and the next part is the web. The next part is the web right there. So the plane, this is the plane. Take on that, take on the line. Let's see where, okay, straight from there. And take it right there. Dimension it. We've got 58 from the bottom until that point. We've got 58. So our web ends right at that point there. Can just try to extend it. Just like that, our profile. Fine, and then the next thing, 3D, now we are extruding the entire profile. We are extruding it, the thickness of it should be 6, like the previous one. Let's just confirm. So it should be, let me see, it should be 6. And we take it to both directions. Let's view it like that. Take it like that. And we are not removing, but joining so that it appears to be like that in that shape. Perfect. The next part, our web has a hole. It has a hole. So let's just get a point or a mark We mark it there. Are we gonna dimension anything? Nothing has been dimensioned, so it's up to you. It's up to you. So that hole, it goes in deep by how much? The diameter, I see it's 6. No, 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 no. There's no hole. There's no hole. So let's rather finish that sketch off and finish the other pipe. The other pipe, it comes this side by 45. Comes this side by 45. So the best way, it needs to be somewhere here. It needs to be somewhere here, but it should be at the bottom side. So the best way is go on the bottom, try to create a sketch there. Let me see, edit, revolve, edit. No, we're not sharing sketch, but rather drawing another sketch, which we can take it to that point, and we need to dimension from there to there, or rather dimension the line itself. Okay, I'm not getting that distance, but 45 to this part. And another one, we don't have anything vertical. Let me see. Okay, we do have something. So this line, it should be 45 plus 90. It's 135, so that it can be 45 this side. And now let's just have something like this. Take on the dimension from that point to that point. It should be 45. It will be 45, exactly what we want. This angle should be 90. Exactly what we want. And let's try and trim this point. It doesn't allow us to trim it. It's fine. And then we can just create a little something right there. Can just create a little something right there, and let's delete this line. Let's delete this line. Let's have it joined. We already know that it's at 45, and let's extrude this part only. We're extruding this part only. Let's see how it appears. Let's see how it appears. It needs to go up like this so that we know our dimensions. We can even take it up by 20. It's fine. Like this. And we can use this plane to draw our pipe. We take on the circle. Take on the circle, make sure that it's at the center. Draw a circle. Draw yet another circle. Dimension the bigger one. Dimension the bigger one. It's let me see. Uh, do I see the bigger dimension? Because the smaller one, I can see it as 18. Okay, I see. So it's 18 and 28. So it's 18 and 28. 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 like this. So it should be right at the center. But then from the bottom to its center point, from the bottom to its center point, let's see. So it's going to be 90 minus 58. So that's going to be 90 minus 58. And we have it right there. We have it right there in that point. We actually can remove that. And we can just only extrude that one. We can just so we're extruding it to, let's say, 2. We are touching that. We are not cutting, but we are joining, just like this. Remember our extrusion, this one. Remember this part. Let's search, where is it? It's here. We go to it and we edit the sketch. We edit the sketch. No, we don't edit the sketch. We rather edit the extrusion. Where is it? Where is it? Even if we don't do anything to it, we just go to it right there at the bottom, and that sketch can take on 2-point rectangle. Okay, doesn't do what I wanted to do. So let's just take on a line. We're just gonna wipe it off. All we wanted, it was just that plane. It was just that plane. And it was by 20, I remember well, and we are cutting in the opposite direction, just like this. And here it shouldn't be a problem. We can just get our cycle back. 28. And rather than wasting, can just dimension that new cycle. Okay, there are 2 cycles. Let me delete. Let's rather delete this one and redraw that shape. So for this one, the bottom one is 34. Got a cycle there. We got a cycle there. Gonna dimension those ones. It's 18. Both of them. Let's get on our lines. 4 of them for tangents. Right. And let's do the tangents. We're gonna tangent that. We're gonna tangent that. Perfect. Take on the dimension. Make sure it's at 0. No, I don't want that one. So I need to make sure that this one it's at 0 as well. The next one, the distance in between them is still 52, so I'll make that 26 so that I can make that 5.2. Trim what we do not want. I think I missed the tangent here. Right. And then we can continue with our trimming. This is what we now have. And we're going to extrude the entire profile. We are taking it to the opposite direction. We are not cutting, and we're extruding it by 10. So it has covered that little space there. So we are fine. Our whole back, we need our hole. Let's rather start with the two small holes. We are almost done. I believe this should be the last part. Otherwise, the gaskets, that should be nothing. The gasket and the washer. So the small holes, it's 7, the diameter, and it's 2 of them. We extrude and we are cutting it through just like this, and one more sketch there. Take on a cycle, locate the center. That diameter of 18, if you still remember it, that diameter of 18, we are extruding this and we are cutting up to, and just go inside up to that plane. And here it is. Just like this. And the last part, the last part of this drawing, it's a gasket and a washer. So you will take that, we'll take on that, and you go on a sketch, take on the cycle, any plane you can take on this one. Got those cycles. We need about 3 cycles for now. Dimension, the bigger one, it's let me see, 65. And then we've got this one, 60. We go to this one, 36. Right. And this cycle here is constructed. It's constructed like that. We will delete it again. And we get another cycle. We need that. Same here, we need that. We need that. And we got that. Let's dimension one cycle. The bigger one outside is 20. We'll make sure that this is equal to that, also that, and also that. Let's trim in the meantime. Right, this is what we now have. Let's delete that construction cycle. We've got this cycle, and we've got that. So here there's still a bit of information to be trimmed, just like this. Let's dimension 1. It's 7. It's 7. And we need to make sure that they are all equal. They are all equal. And we now have a fillet of 3, I believe. This one. No. The fillet is 1. It's not 3. It's 1. Sorry about that. The fillet is 1. Let me just see if everything. Okay, this side doesn't make sense. I'll rather go and do for everything because one side it didn't change. So back to the fillet of 1. This is what we need. And we can extrude this. This is the profile to be extruded by 0.5. By 0.5. Just like that. And the next one, last one of this sketch. It's just a washer. Take on that. It should be 8. Take on another one. It should be 16. And 3D. Extrude it. We are now extruding this. Okay, this is a filler and it's a rubber. It's a filler and it's a rubber. I'll get to it. Let me also put it 0.5. You know, you can always edit. It looks like a washer. It's actually a filler. And the last one, which is a washer. Take on this. Take on that. It's 12 by 6.4. So it's 12 by 6.4. And we are extruding it. We're extruding this by 1.6. We're extruding this by 1.6. So we have all our parts. We have all our parts. So just to start on this one, the material type, this is the valve stem. It's bronze alloy. That's bronze alloy. Bronze alloy. We do have bronze. This side we only have bronze setting. Let me check on alloys. Okay, we don't have it here. Let me go on the generic part for the bronze. Okay, the alloy that I have is copper. Fine, I will just take the bronze that I saw. I'll just take on the bronze. Where is it? I'll just take on this. And the next one, the hand wheel. The hand wheel, that's cast iron. I should get this easily so. I should get the cast iron. Should be iron cast. Iron cast. Right. Next one. This is the large valve bronze alloy as well. So it's bronze. It's bronze. Same as this one. We do it bronze. We do it bronze, and then we go on the dreadnought. It's steel, made of steel, made of steel. Let's see if we do have steel. Okay, we do have it. This as well, the nut itself, it's steel. It's also made of steel. Let's just conclude steel, and then we go on the lower part. No, this is the upper. This is the upper. The upper is cast iron. It's iron cast. It's iron cast. We go on the lower. The lower one, it's cast iron as well. It's also cast iron. So these things, guys, it's there on the last page. There is a name, a part list there. There is a part list. And we go on the gasket. The gasket it is just an oil-resistant paper. Let's see if we do have oil-resistant paper. Let's see if we do have oil, anything oil. This is just oil material. Okay, we do not have. Let's check under paper if we do have anything paper. We do not have. Let's check this side. Oil resistant paper. Let's see if we do have anything oil. We do not have oil. Let's check for paper. We do not have paper. So I believe on this one, we can just take on a rubber. We're not going to be penalized. Do we have anything rubber here? No, we don't. Here we should. We should have rubber, silver or rubber green, rubber blue, rubber black. Let me take rubber black. Right. This one, it's a filler. I can also take it, but I need to see where will it fill. Let me just make it special gold just for now. And the washer, it's steel. You know And washer always, it's still usually stainless steel, but we'll just go on steel here. And yeah, this is what we have. You now save all the parts in one folder. And for assembly, let's meet on the next video.